So I'm going to try to make this sort of quick and to the point. As many that have watched my content would know, I like Pokemon. I like them a lot. I have been playing the game since they came out when I was in high school. That's when I was like freaking 14 or some shit like that. I mean, I have Pokemon tattooed on my actual flesh in multiple places. There's Pokemon posters on my wall. And I don't know, I've just collected a whole bunch of like random Pokemon merch. I mean, look, there's a Pokeball on my freaking chair, and then here's that Japanese like actual like retail box version of the downloadable game. Anyway, Pokemon is one of my things. It's definitely one of my favorite things, and in the most recent Nintendo Direct, they were speaking about how many Pokemon were actually going to be in the game, and whether you can actually take Pokemon that you've had from one game and put them over here. And it was revealed that not all Pokemon are going to meet the cut. Basically, they're talking about the fact that the Pokemon that are relevant and actually useful or fit the story or fit the adventure are going to be the ones that are going to be in the actual game. Now, they didn't actually give a number, and I couldn't imagine that that number is like 50, but I would hope that there's a decent amount of Pokemon in there. One of my biggest concerns is that, I don't know, people are just going to be really upset about this. I am. But I'll get onto more like why. But needlessly upset, and upset for like a really weird or stupid reason. And I don't really want that. I don't want there to be like backlash. I'm still buying the games. Nothing's going to prevent me from continuing to buy and play Pokemon. It's just how I play it, and the reason that I play it is really the big deal here. For me, I'm a collector. And that's been my whole thing. I love collecting Pokemon. I like having each and every single one of them sort of stacked side by side in order in the Pokedex. That's why I actually was a big fan of Pokemon Bank. It allowed me to take all the Pokemon from one game and put them onto the next one. A lot easier than sort of trading, like, here's 6 Pokemon, you can take them, catch them, and then put them in this one, or then, oh, now you can transfer a box from one game to another game. No, now you can actually just sort of like drag and drop everything, and then it's done. And it's great. It's helpful. It's great. Pokemon Bank, it's a service that you paid for, and you got something out of it. The thing that concerns me is that I now have all these Pokemon that I've collected, and I don't know how many of those Pokemon that I've collected are going to be eligible for transfer into this game. I've got Pokemon that I've taken from Pokemon Red and Blue all the way to Sun and Moon. I have a copy of Sun and Moon. Well, no, it's Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, whichever one it was that I was playing. I have a copy of that game that has every single Pokemon on there. And when I say every single one, I mean male and female variants of every single evolution. I mean, I've got enough Pokemon on there to cover all the different forms of a Pokemon if it were to have like a battle evolution or something like that. I went all out. I mean, basically I'm to the point where the only thing that I can do is get shiny Pokemon or get shiny versions of those Pokemon and just create a shiny dex. That's where I'm at. I'm a collector. I want to have all the Pokemon, and I want to be able to sort of showcase them in a way that actually pleases me. And this does sort of go into the fact that, like, since Sun and Moon, there has been no national dex, and that's kind of upsetting. Like, all you have are, like, whatever the region considers its regional dex, plus here's these random Pokemon that don't actually have numbers. And I don't know, it's not... I feel like that's like the whole point of Pokemon, is to be able to collect the Pokemon and actually use them, and sort of just say, it's like, yes, I've caught them all. That was the whole deal with Pokemon, and yes, they don't necessarily use that, like, gotta catch them all thing all the time anymore, but, I mean, that's what Pokemon is. It's like, you go out there, you catch a Pokemon, and you use it. And I don't feel like that's being... like, that heart, that soul of Pokemon is there. And it's just a little bit disappointing. I think the biggest thing for me is the fact that when I actually play a new Pokemon game, I'd like to play through with the Pokemon that it offers. I like to play with the Pokemon that are new, and judging on the fact that there's said to be 1,000 plus Pokemon confirmed in this new game, or that are now available because of this new game, due to forms or different variations of Pokemon. There's now over 1,000, which is kind of cool because it means that there's at least like 150 or more, or like 100 to 200 new Pokemon, because like there's lots of different form changes of Pokemon. Anyway, regardless, that's a whole nother topic. But I just want there to be a decent amount of Pokemon in there, because when I go back and play the game another time, because I always buy both versions. After I've played it with the new Pokemon that the new game offers, I like to go through all the Pokemon, find ones that I've never really used, and see if I can beat the game with it. I do the whole thing where like I legitimately go into breeding, and I breed out the best stats, I breed out the best natures, I get like hidden moves if I can. I find out Pokemon and I plot out their move learning like through each of the levels, and I just basically create this random team of Pokemon that I want to take through a game. I think in one of the last ones that I was playing, I think I went through, like my whole goal was to have like, it was a dark and team. So each Pokemon had to have dark type plus something else, which made it super weak against like fighting and other type, but I still tried it. Like it was still just the way that I did it. So I think, to sum up everything, the whole reason why I am actually legitimately upset about this and just disappointed in what Game Freak is doing, because it sounds like it's going to be this way from now on. They're going to put the Pokemon in the game that meet the needs of the story, meet the needs of the adventure, and only those ones. Is choice. I think Pokemon is big on choice. You have this great big handful of Pokemon, and you're like, well, this time I want this one, and this one. And I like that. It's kind of neat. Even it could be a completely useless Pokemon. It could be the ugliest. It could be Garbodor, actual garbage Pokemon. I just think that people have the choice to pick the Pokemon that works for them. And with there now being 1,000 or so Pokemon, give or take, with forms, with the new Sword and Shield games that are coming out, we don't have all the choice that we had originally. And I think that's what's upsetting people the most. And again, I don't want people to like, I don't know, I think lashing out at a company is terrible. I think if people try to actually just get attention in a constructive way, hopefully they can understand and hear exactly what it is that we're feeling. For me, it's choice. I want the choice to have all the Pokemon and choose the ones that I want, from Gen 1 to Gen 8, because that's what I've been working for. I've been collecting all these Pokemon, and with Pokemon Home, yes, I've got a place to like take again all my Pokemon and put them over here, but now not all those Pokemon can go with me. Those Pokemon are going to be stuck in there, and it's a paid service again, but now you're limited to the amount of Pokemon that you can actually have. So I think I heard somebody say that it's like you're paying for your Pokemon to be held hostage, and I think that's a little bit harsh. It's a little bit extreme, but I can see the point. But either way, let me know how you feel down below. I do want to talk about this. I actually want to hear people's feelings and opinions. I don't want to start a whole bunch of, oh my god, Game Freak is lazy, Game Freak blah, Game Freak hate this, fuck that, fuck them. No, I just want to hear how you feel, because I'm certainly upset and I'm disappointed. I think I was I was with a friend, and I saw this thing when I was watching it, and I said, oh, fuck you. And then I was quiet for about 5 minutes, and I didn't respond to them. That's what, like, over 20 years of playing Pokemon will get me, I guess. Disappointment. But anyway, like I said, I'm still going to play the games. I'm still going to buy them. I'm going to be streaming them. I'm going to catch them all. That's the whole point. But I'm just a bit disappointed that I can't bring all my friends from my original adventures with me to my newest adventures. But anyway, that's it. Probably a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but I think I said my piece. But yeah, see you later. Bye.